Today I want to talk about wading boots and important features that you should take a look at before you buy a pair of wading boots. First and foremost, obviously wading boots are meant to give you good traction in the water. That's why nowadays most of the higher end wading boots come with a Vibram rubber sole out of the box. For example, these Patagonia Danner boots do. The Sims Flyweight Access feature a Vibram sole as well, as do the Patagonia Fora wading boots. There are still felt sole boots that make sense, for example, if you're wading on very slippery terrain in rivers, for example. You can also always add studs to your wading boots. They're straightforward studs that most brands offer, and advanced studs such as the foot tractor system aluminum bars by Patagonia, for example. Then there are also brands that offer exchangeable soles, such as Corkers does, and that's obviously a great system because you can use felt soles in rivers where it's really slippery, and then you can use rubber boots and use these for more versatile terrains, for example, where sometimes it's a little more slippery, sometimes it's not. And I've personally found that rubber boots on the long run are more comfortable to walk on. So I think that's one of the reasons why most brands nowadays go for rubber soles as the standard. Then another feature that you want to look at when you get a pair of wading boots is abrasion resistance. And particularly what's important is to protect your toes when you're wading. So if you hit a rock in the water, your toes don't get hurt. So most brands nowadays feature toe caps. The Fora does, the Sims Flyweight does, and the Patagonia Danner is made of leather all over, and that's a very sturdy material as well. Then another important feature when you're considering to buy a pair of wading boots is the weight of the boots, obviously, right? Because imagine carrying around the wading boots and the weight of them all day. So if you do a lot of walking, you might consider getting a lightweight boot, such as the Sims Flyweight or the Patagonia Fora. The Danner by Patagonia, for example, is heavier right out of the box. That's because it features this all leather design in the upper part. And on the other hand, you get an extra layer of stability out of this one. Whereas, for example, a lighter boot often doesn't provide as much ankle support. So that's another feature that you should consider. And then last but not least, the lacing system is important in wading boots. Most wading boots come with a traditional lacing system, where the eyelets, for example, as on the Patagonia Fora, are made of fabric, or a hybrid of fabric and metal parts in the Sims Flyweight. That's only important when you also fish in the salt, because these parts can corrode, as you can tell, for example, on the Patagonia Danner. Some boots also feature a boa lacing system, such as the Corkers Dark Horse. They basically don't feature any normal laces, but you just turn the boa system and open and close your wading boots. I'm still a fan of traditional lacing, but obviously, you know, that's in the end up to your personal taste. So this should give you a good overview of what to look for in wading boots when you're considering buying a pair.